Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. And if you're new, yay, I'm so glad you finally found my YouTube channel. My goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. So that specific film I'm reviewing today is called The Immaculate Room. This dramatic thriller will be released in theaters and on video demand at the same time on August 19th, 2022. The rating is R and the length is 88 minutes. My movie review mom grade is a C+. Now, don't leave after having heard that. Keep watching so you know why. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll give you tips for parents, things I liked, things I didn't like, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, and even recommendations for other films. All right, so let's dive in. One room, two people, 50 days, $5 million. Could you do it? I would definitely accept that challenge in a heartbeat. So Mike, played by Emile Hirsch, and Kate, played by Kate Bosworth, a seemingly perfect couple, although they're not married, join a psychological experiment to compete for $5 million if they can last 50 days in a sleek, white room in complete isolation. No phones, no family, only the voice of the Immaculate Room, keeping them in check if they think of straying. But as the clock ticks down, the room becomes more than it seems, putting them through cruel tests to break their resolve and resurfacing private demons, which they may not survive. The intriguing film was directed by Mukunda Michael DeWill from Vehicle 19. I don't know if you ever saw that. It has already won the Best Feature and Best Actor Award at the Mammoth Film Festival and the Best Feature Award at the London Independent Film Award. All right, so there were plenty of things that I really liked about the movie. First of all, the two actors I thought did a fantastic job. I love that Kate, did positive affirmations in the morning, although they disappeared towards the very end, and there's not a dramatic moment where she decides to never say those things again. If so, I guess I missed that. But I liked it when, she was starting off the day with a positive mindset. Have you ever watched the popular TV show on Netflix called Alone? People have to survive in the wilderness completely alone, hunting for their own food, building their own shelter, and hoping wild animals don't kill them. So the scenario in this movie would be a piece of cake compared to that. There are some interesting sound effects and some interesting ideas come out as the story unfolds. There were, however, a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. First of all, the guy was completely bored on the very first day. I'm 100% positive I could entertain myself way longer than that. Now, of course, there are two people in the room. The first day I'd probably spend taking a huge nap from just the final break of the day-to-day grind of doing all this stuff, right? And then there would be plenty of time for really great conversations. And the couple just doesn't really talk, like even on day one so much. We didn't get to see the couple laugh and really enjoy each other's company very much at all before things started going downhill in order to balance the emotions I think you would need to have a little bit of both. For example, the girl just seems almost immediately annoyed by the guy, granted, they're having relationship issues from the beginning. And I'm assuming that I would get to be put in that room with my husband. We would have a lot of fun and a lot of things to talk about. Anyway, this couple just didn't seem like they ever really liked each other that much. The lack of stimulating conversation was really frustrating, in other words. I feel like there were many missed opportunities. The story just barely scratched the surface of really where it could have gone. Let me give you some tips for parents. I think kids will be really bored, and so will some adults. You see a completely topless woman, and there's some discussion of intimate relations. Some of the themes that are worth talking about are boredom, hope, relationships, communication, trust, past traumas, and emotional resilience. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines and include them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I didn't write down any funny lines. This is pretty much a serious drama, but I did write down some interesting lines. I'll share a couple of them with you right now. As I mentioned, Kate Bosworth plays this woman who does these positive affirmations, and so she says, "Today is my day. Today I will show the world my worth." And I liked that. I thought you could see her feeling empowered. And then, of course, throughout a series of events, you start to see these people and their emotional resilience really start to waver. And then he says a couple of really interesting things. He says, love is the only real thing of value. It's the only real thing to pursue. Agreed. And then he says, it's not a room, it's a mirror. And I thought, wow, that's really cool to really have that chance to sit and evaluate your life, analyze yourself. I think that would be a really cool experiment. I don't know if people would pay for that, but they would certainly be willing to sit and, for the chance of winning $5 million. I'm in the first in line. All right. So there are some other movies that sort of similar that I instantly thought of. One is called Malcolm and Marie. Now, they're not trapped. They're just in their luxury apartment. It's a couple and they're on the rocks. They're having relationship issues, but the whole movie is just the two of them talking and talk about incredible conversations. These two did an incredible job. Anyway, check that one out. I really enjoyed it. And I think a lot more than a lot of people did. And I don't know why, because I thought it was really well done. There was one moment where I was like, okay, this could have changed the whole thing, but whatever. I thought it was really, really intriguing. And then another movie that I thought had two incredible actors is called Together. I did a review of that one, actually both of these movies a while ago. The movie is about a couple trying to navigate the quarantine during the pandemic. In fact, it was one of the very first movies that came out during the pandemic and that showed how couples and families and people were handling things. Anyway, the acting is tremendous. So check that one out. All right, that's it for my review. I hope that if you watch this, that you do enjoy it and get something out of it. And at the very least, use it as an opportunity to reflect on your own life and relationships and past traumas and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, have a fantastic day. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.